Hello and welcome to this edition of the Energy Connects discussions with me, Chiranjib Sengupta. As I speak to energy leaders in the run up to the Future Energy Asia exhibition and summit that takes place in Bangkok from the 17th to the 19th of May. Today, I'm delighted to welcome Prasertsak Cherngchawano, Deputy Governor, Corporate Strategy at the Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand, or EGAT as it's known as, for this edition. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Prasertsak.
Yes, good morning, Kun Chiranjib. Welcome to Thailand.
Thank you. Yeah, looking forward to it. And to start off, could you tell us a bit more about EGAT and how are you setting the standards for the industry in the region when it comes to clean power generation?
In Thailand, EGAT acts as generators and transmitter. We do the transmission system to our distributors. The big one is the Provincial Electricity Generating PEA Authority. The second one is MEA, Metropolitan Electricity Authority, MEA. This is the whole distributor of us. And for the standard of the setting the industry for this region, in Thailand, we EGAT act as we have a carbon neutrality by 2050. We using the kind we call triple S. The first S is the sources. We call source transformation. The second one is the sync co-creation. The third one is the support measure mechanism. Then I come back to the first one is the source transformation. It is we convert from the fossil fuel base to renewable energy base as a whole. This is every country in the world or even in Asia or in Thailand. We try to transform the source from gas turbine combined cycle to move it to the renewable energy like solar, wind, or any kind of biogas, like as we can. This we try to transform from the source transformation. The second one for that, when we already have the generator come from renewable, the more we have, the reliable or the dependable of the power is less. Then we have to have grid modernization. The grid modernization is just to respond for the renewable energy forecast to the flexible power plant from the fossil fuels like gas turbine cycle. We have to make it more flexible, like the existing one we convert at Bang Noi power plant that they can generation as less as say 40%, 35% of the generation. Then we can reduce the load. Or the new power plant, we can have the TOR like that. It is already on the shelf that we can have the new model or the modded one. Then the grid infrastructure, we have to have some battery or some kind of the battery or the storage. The energy storage we have is the pump storage power plant that we bring the power at the light load. Then we bring it to store water in the pump storage hydro power plant. And the second one is the battery that we already have in two substations at Chanarong and Bangdet Narong and Chai Baran. We have two substations that already have the battery equipped with our grid. Then we have some demand response or the virtual power plant that try to make it more rely on the resource. Then if the demand is quite high, we have demand response to cut it out. Then we have virtual power plant. It means that from the demand side, it look like virtual power plant. Or if we collaborate with the renewable energy, many plants, then it look like we can make it firm from the renewable power plant. The second one is a synchronic co-creation. This one we have two items. The first one we deal with the reforestation. We have 1 million right of in Thai measurement. Then we have 10 years program. 1 year we have 0.1 million right of the reforestation. The second one is the carbon capture. The carbon capture that we did not have a measurement to utilize, but we have CCS, carbon capture and storage. Then we try to make it at Memot power plant. This is a lignite fire that we try to have the layer of the lignite mine. Then we try to put the carbon back into that source. The second source is at Nam Pong. Nam Pong gas turbine combined cycle project in northeastern of Thailand. We have the Nam Pong source of the gas, and now we are using the Sinpuhom gas. Then we can capture the carbon and bring it back to the exploited one. The Puhom already exploited, and we try to move it back by the carbon into that source. This is the sync co-creation. And we have a joint operation with the PTTEP. I mean that Petroleum Authority of for the exploration. Then they have in Thai Gulf, they have exploited the well or the sources that already exploited, and they try to bring the carbon capture in most of the power plant that we have gathered by combined cycle in around Thailand. Then we can capture it and bring it back to the Thai Gulf, bury it in the Gulf of Thailand. This is the CCS measurement. The third one is the support measurement. We already have the smart energy efficiency like label number 5. We already have it more than 25 or 30 years. Then we increase the strength of the level of measurement. Then we put the level 5 and 3 stars for that. It means the degree of efficiency saving is much more when compared to original one. The last part is the BCG. We already have the biocircular green economy that we try to have at EGAT head of it. We call Bangkroy. We call Bangkroy Green Community, that we try to bring that our community to bring it green in that method.
Now, with such a huge infrastructure in place, let's talk for some time about the energy transition. And what are the ways in which EGAT is helping facilitate Thailand's journey towards energy transition in accordance with the National Energy Plan? And could you outline some key projects in this regard?
For National Energy Plan, we already have some plan of that. The first one is the most of the solar generation. There are 3 kinds of that. The first one is rooftop, in the rooftop for the residential, commercial, or industry, that they already have their roof and they have the solar to their rooftop. The second one is for the solar in the land, we call solar farm. But for EGAT, we let the private sector or ourselves that they can use solar farm as a sort of solar generation. But for Thailand, EGAT act as for the big dam. We have located the floating solar in the reservoir of Thailand. We have almost 10 dams, 9 dams that we already have the plan. We already construct at Sirinthorn Dam that we call hybrid hydro floating solar, that 45 megawatt already COD in last year or last 2 years. This already in operation. This is a hydro floating solar. We have a plan for construct more than 10,000 megawatt of the hydro floating solar in 9 dam or 9 big dam. That's one. The second one, I already mentioned that EGAT carbon capture and utilization storage. Then we have some research and development that we try to convert the carbon into the solid like carbonate. Then we call it carbon calcium carbonate. It may be in another form, not a gaseous or in a liquid form. We made it as a solid form for that. We try to research and development for that. The last 2 seconds is about the renewable energy certificate rate. EGAT as the local partner for the International Renewable Energy Certificate or IREC. We already want the one who issue for the renewable energy power plant in Thailand. The last one is the EV ecosystem. It means that we already have the for the infrastructure for the electric vehicle. It can try to support any company, any agency or any authorities that if they try to install their charging station, then we provide the infrastructure for the transmission or the distribution from our distributors, MEA and PA, to support them to have more infrastructure in Thailand to make sure that once the purchaser of the EV car, they confident that if they drive through everywhere in Thailand, they will be confident that they can recharge for their power. Once they already charge in the nighttime from their household, then during their usage, they can confidently that when they go around Thailand, they can recharge during the trip for them. And we have EV, it look like battery storage for the system. Then we call vehicle to grid. Then we have some project to develop that. If in the Europe or in any other countries, they already go to support for the vehicle back to grid. It means that the charger can have 2 directional way of the control. Then they can throw the power out and they can receive the power back to the system.
So going more specifically into your partnerships built around hydrogen and renewable energy generation. So could you give us a deeper insight into that?
Hydrogen, we use it as 2 purposes. The first one is as a fuel. We bring it hydrogen or ammonia like a source of fuel. It can be like to mix it with gas. It depends on the model of the gas turbine that can mix say 20% of the hydrogen, or it can mix up to 30 or 50 in the future. It depends on the case. Then when we find to get the new gas turbine combined cycle, we can have some option that gas turbine can mix the hydrogen into the gas turbine combined cycle that we will buy in the future or in the next future, in the near time. And for the hydrogen, that if we use it as energy storage, we have the model as the EGAT Learning Center at Rama 7 Bridge nearby EGAT headquarters. Then we have some look like the hydrogen storage from the solar power, and we bring it back as solar from clean hydropower. Then we have some model in the EGAT Learning Center. And at Lamtakong, we already have some hydrogen storage. Lamtakong near allow 2 hours drive from Bangkok. Then we have Lamtakong power plant that at that wind turbine, they have the power. They have the power and we charge to the hydrogen. And after that, we bring it back as a power to the Lamtakong EGAT Learning Center. That we bring it as a clean learning center, come from wind power and sorry from hydropower that we bring at that time. This is for the hydrogen that activity that we have.
Right. Now, Mr. Prasertsak, with your vast experience in the industry, what kind of trends and technologies, in your view, will have a major impact in the decarbonization of the energy industry going forward?
By the year 2050 or by the year 2065, we have two targets. It means that zero emission will be 2065. 2050 is just we emit something and we compensate with some reforestation or bring it back to carbon capture measurement that we try to do for that. This we already set in the National Energy Plan that we have to meet it. It means that we have the year by year target that this is the carbon emission that allow for that year from the total generation in Thailand. Then for when we come back to the year 2050, then we sure that we can meet that target.
Right. And what are you particularly looking forward to at Future Energy Asia 2023? And how important do you think is this event in shaping the future of energy across Asia?
The Future Energy Asia, I hope that if we have some company that they can provide more technical in the carbon capture measurement, or if they have advanced technology in mix the hydrogen in the generators, if they have some new technology for the solar power or the PV panel, or how we can make it any form of the hydrogen storage or hydrogen as a fuel of the car, may be preferred to see, because we are not sure that the rare earth for the battery is enough for the whole country or the world to use it or not. If we have some alternatives like hydrogen fuel as a car drive by hydrogen, it's very convenient or is environmental friendly when compared to the others.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Prasertsak, for these fascinating insights with me and for taking the time out to speak to Energy Connects. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, Chiranjib.
Thank you. And a quick reminder to everyone that the Future Energy Asia exhibition and summit will take place from the 17th until the 19th of May at the Queen Sirikit National Convention Center in Bangkok, Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we will be back with another edition of the Energy Connects discussions very soon.
you.